Hello, students, and welcome. Today we are going to explore irony in our play If I Were You, CBSE grade 9 or class 9. Let us look at the question regarding irony. Now, irony is actually when you say something and when you mean the opposite of what you have said. When someone makes a mistake, you say, "Oh, what a clever deed." This is actually irony. For example, in the visual that you see before you, it is like nice weather. That means if you are experiencing a hailstorm or something of that nature, and you don't want to say what a bad weather, you say nice weather. This is irony. That means you mean the opposite. Expressions are often used in ironic fashion. For example, the way it is used, oh, what a clever idea. That means you want to say what a foolish idea, but instead of saying what a foolish idea, you say what a clever idea. Oh, that was clever. Another way is that you have been of great help. I must say that. This you would say to someone maybe who has been a part of the team and was the least helpful. Instead of saying something honestly that you were very uh, complacent or you did not help at all, the ironical expression is that you can say that you have been of great help. I must say that. So this expression is an irony and it's a verbal irony. In the previous video, we have studied about the types of irony, that is verbal irony, dramatic irony, and the situational irony. Now we are visiting the verbal irony. You have got yourself into a lovely mess, haven't you? That means now you are in great trouble. Oh, very funny. How funny. If something is not funny at all and you say, wow, how funny, that is ironical or verbal irony. It is completely different from sarcasm. Sarcasm is not a literary device at all. Now let us have a look at the expressions. We are high. It is slightly different in tone and voice when these words are used as irony. Now read the play carefully and find the words in the play "If I Were You" and the expression in general, the way how it is used in an irony, and then say how these expressions really mean. Two examples have been given for you. Now write down these expressions and with that, and what does it really mean? For example, the expression, why, this is a surprise, Mr. What it means is that the person is pretending, or the writer is pretending that you're welcome, Mr. Intruder, what a lovely visitor. And in this way, he's trying to disguise or hide his fear. So he's using verbal irony in order to hide his fear. And the expression is that at last a sympathetic audience. Over here, he pretends that the intruder is a good listener, while actually the intruder only wanted to find information to exploit. Now, over here, we do find certain expressions which fall into the situational irony as well as in the verbal irony. Let us have a look at or revisit irony. Definition of irony is that it's a contrast between what is expected and what actually happens. Situational is something that happens that we ought and expect to happen. For example, a fire in a fire station burned down. Or a dramatic irony is the reader knows something the character does not. For example, the audience are well aware what is going to happen, but one of the character is not aware. So that is dramatic irony. The verbal irony is that what is said is different from what is meant. We have seen certain examples over here. To break a leg means good luck or best of luck, but over here it is an ironical statement. Now let us have a look at the examples over here. What the author says, you won't kill me for a very good reason. What he means is that Gerald pretended to have a very good reason when these was of no such reason. Sorry, I can't let you have the props in time of a rehearsal. I have had a spot of bother quite amusing. Now, the amusing spot of bother was actually a life-threatening kind of situation. He was threatened by a criminal with a revolver. So that is the expression over here, and it's a verbal irony. In most melodramas, the villain is foolish enough to delay his killing long enough to be frustrated. You are much luckier. Now, over here, this is again via verbal irony. Have a look at the reason or the explanation. That is, Gerard pretended that the villain, the intruder, had intelligent plan or to take over the identity of a man who lived in an isolated place where police could not reach instantly. While in reality, Gerard was using this delay technique to frame an escape plan. Over here, the verbal irony is used in a manner to create an impact on the mind of the readers. That means the readers should delve deeper into the text and understand the deeper meaning. How to use this in your expressions or in your answers? It is definitely focused as a subjective question, a 5 mark question towards the end of your literature. And how to begin this? You may bring in the name of the playwright, and after that the title to the play, and then present that how the writer has used or the playwright has used verbal irony to create an impact in the minds of the readers who should delve deeper to understand the inlying meaning to the text and engage with the text. I hope that using these references, the students will be able to write a creative and constructive answer. And the technique that the students can use over here is the PEE technique. The PEE technique means to point out. That means you can point out that the playwright has used verbal irony. Then to cite the next example, you can cite example. For example, you won't kill me for a very good reason. This is a verbal irony. Then you can explain. The explanation is given in the second column. That is generally pretend to have a very good reason when there is no such reason. So this is one of the technique for writing an analytic answer. PEE technique. Point out, evidence, cite in evidence, and explain. So use this table that is right in front of you over here and construct your own answer. But remember that always begin your answer with the name or the name of the writer. Over here in this case of play is the playwright, and then write the title to the play, that is If I Were You. Write that in single quotes. After that, use a strong verb. In this case, you can use the word employees. The playwright, in the playwright, you have to use the name of the playwright. And in the play, If I Were You, employs the technique of irony or verbal irony to create an impact in the minds of the readers. And after that, you can continue with your PEE technique. Thank you. I hope that students have found it interesting and helpful.